Twin Towers fell at a near free-fall speed, with much of their concrete reduced to a fine dust that blanketed the entirety of Lower Manhattan. Even more baffling to many was the collapse of World Trade Center 7, a 47-story steel skyscraper that was never even struck by a plane. It fell straight down into its own footprint, in what looked like, to the untrained eye, a textbook demolition. The National Institute of Standards and Technology maintains that an uncontrolled office fire and structural damage triggered a progressive failure, but thousands of architects, engineers, and demolition experts argue that the speed, symmetry, and nature of the collapse bear all the hallmarks of a controlled demolition. Adding to the suspicion are the testimonies of first responders who were inside those very buildings. Firefighters and police officers described hearing explosions in basements, lobbies, and upper floors, sometimes minutes before the towers even fell. Some reported feeling shockwaves rippling through the structure, yet these consistent accounts were largely excluded or downplayed in official reports. For critics, the omission is telling. If the evidence that pointed towards explosions didn't fit the official narrative, it was simply ignored. The anomalies surrounding 9/11 pile up in ways that cannot be easily explained. Beneath the Twin Towers sat a vault holding an estimated $200 million in gold and precious metals. Some of it was recovered weeks later, but reports suggested that a portion of it randomly vanished without a trace. It was stolen in the chaos, or was something else going on underground that day? Even stranger is the case of Muhammad Atta's passport. Amid an inferno hot enough to weaken steel and turn concrete into dust, a paper passport was found intact near ground zero. A discovery so convenient, it seems almost theatrical. Then there were the phone calls from the passengers aboard the planes. Some family members reported conversations with loved ones using cell phones at a cruising altitude. But in 2001, cell technology simply didn't allow for consistent calls above 30,000 feet. Later explanations shifted, suggesting that the airphones were used, but the early reports have fueled endless speculation. Perhaps the most disturbing are the testimonies of firefighters, police officers, and civilians who described multiple explosions inside the towers before their collapse. Some reported blasts in basements and lobbies minutes before the planes hit. Others recalled secondary booms rippling throughout the buildings as they fell. Officials dismissed these as noises from structural failures or fuel ignitions, but the consistency in these accounts, captured on video and radio transmissions, has kept the debate alive. Each anomaly, taken alone, might be brushed off as coincidence or confusion,